All right, well, the Carolina Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup. That's good. You might wonder, though, what happens now? What's next? I don't mean the parades or the parties, not the off-season roster moves or their odds of even doing it again, defending the title. What I mean is, what is next for everything else, for everything around the team, the franchise, the stadium, the area around the stadium, the city of Raleigh, the triangle. You see, championships aren't just big for bragging rights. Winning big nationally often means more investment, more growth, and all that happening locally. So what will that look like for us after the Canes have won the Stanley Cup? Well, some of that investment and growth is already underway. More renovations at Lenovo Center got underway today. That place will be closed for 8 weeks because of it. They're replacing all the lower level seating, plus adding some more seats overall. They'll be adding 700 seats for Canes games. This is just one part of a much larger renovation. Some of it already done, actually. A new view bar, more suites, event spaces there, and more work is on the way, like the new exterior, a grand lobby, a team store, a beer hall, a lot of stuff that we should say was already planned and paid for well before the Canes lifted the Cup. But there's another big project on the horizon. The team has plans to redevelop up to 80 acres around the stadium. That's a $1 billion project. 2 new parking structures, a tailgating zone, a 4,500-seat music venue, retail space, bars, restaurants, possibly even hotels and apartments. Will a Stanley Cup championship now push that project along, make it bigger, have more investors jump in? Who knows? Will state lawmakers approve public funding now? Will the timeline for construction speed up? Does winning a title move the needle on these things? We could look back to 2006. I mean, this isn't the first time around the block for the Canes. They did win the Stanley Cup back then. Did that do a lot for the city then? Well, it's not really the best example. And we say that because about a year and a half or less later, the housing market crashed. So why don't we look at some other examples, some more recent examples that weren't highlighted by catastrophe, like Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors when they won the NBA title in June of 2015. The team already had plans to move from Oakland to San Francisco, but it wasn't until after the big win that the city gave the final approval for that new stadium. The very next year, LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers won the NBA title. 6 months after that, the team announced plans for their $140 million stadium renovation. In 2017, Kansas City announced its desire to expand their streetcar system. It wasn't until the fall of 2020, though, just months after Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, that $14 million was committed to that project. After Giannis of the Bucks won the NBA title in 2021, real estate investment boomed in the area around Milwaukee Stadium, known as the Deer District. Pretty soon it'll be the home to some new apartments, new retail, and hotels. Big winners often bring big investment. Raleigh and the Canes already have plans in the works, and we're going to see how much bigger those plans will get and how much faster those plans may move along. Championships can move the needle because people get excited. More people go to the games. They watch at the bars and restaurants. More people start buying the merch. And these days, there have never been more people in our area to participate in that sort of stuff. See, the last time the Canes won the Cup, that was 2006, the combined population of Raleigh and Durham was about 550,000 people. Today, Raleigh's population alone is 500,000 people. In fact, since 2006, in all of Wake County, Raleigh and all the other towns combined, they have grown by 500,000 people. So think about that. In 20 years, the county added a whole modern-day Raleigh to its population. I mean, look at the Canes' 2 Stanley Cup runs. Take a look. Left side of your screen, that is the watch party outside the arena in 2006. It is a tent with a few hundred people. On the right is the pandemonium outside Lenovo Center over the weekend. Tens of thousands of people inside and outside. Now here's the parade from 2006. A lap around the arena, quick jaunt through downtown. Look, a decent crowd, I will say that. But the parade planned for this Saturday, they expect it to be gigantic. All right, this is the argument for growing a franchise like this. It's also the argument for starting a new one. People have been talking about bringing Major League Baseball, the MLB, a team here to town for years, for all the reasons we just talked about, for what we talked about and lined up and the growth and all of that. After the Stanley Cup win on Sunday, Canes owner Tom Dundon talked about it on the ice.
I might have to put my foot in my mouth for asking this question. You can no comment if you want. MLB to Raleigh, what are the odds?
I don't know. I mean, I think we're gonna put ourselves in a really good place. And if they decide to expand, we'll have a compelling offer.
Okay, sounds pretty positive, at least according to him. But building around a team that's already here and starting from scratch for a new one are two very different things. The league and the investors and all of those people, they look for certain qualities in a new spot to figure out if a city is a good fit for a team. I've been working on an in-depth segment about this, what they're looking for, what those qualities are, and I want to know what you think. Are you interested in this topic? Send me an email, 7 p.m. at WRAL.com. Should an MLB team come to Raleigh? What do you think of our area as a good fit for that sort of thing? Maybe you think a baseball team is a bad idea. I know those takes are out there too. Let me know what your take is. Either way, send us an email on that or anything else. We'll talk about it right here at 7 o'clock.